It has been a while since the steps of the Supreme Court have seen anything like it. A carnival atmosphere greeted the 9 justices, with supporters of President Obama's signature healthcare legislation rhetorically battling it out with his opponents. But on this day in Washington, the only opinion that mattered was the legal ruling handed down by the court. And by 5 votes to 4, the justices delivered Barack Obama a major political victory.
I know there will be a lot of discussion today about the politics of all this, about who won and who lost. That's how these things tend to be viewed here in Washington. But that discussion completely misses the point. Whatever the politics, today's decision was a victory for people all over this country whose lives will be more secure because of this law and the Supreme Court's decision to uphold it.
So the president's healthcare reforms signed into law 2 years ago will remain on the statute books, but only, say the Republicans, until America's voters deliver them the keys to the White House.
As you might imagine, I disagree with the Supreme Court's decision, and I agree with the dissent. What the court did not do on its last day in session, I will do on my first day if elected President of the United States. And that is, I will act to repeal Obamacare.
The court's decision put the Republicans on the defensive. They, and even many Democrats, were expecting the court to rule against at least part of the president's plan. The swing vote was Chief Justice John Roberts, a Republican appointee, now widely being accused by the party's grassroots of constitutional treachery. So President Obama can take comfort in the fact that the U.S. Supreme Court has deemed his healthcare legislation constitutional. But as these protesters are already making clear, the political argument over his healthcare plan isn't over yet.
Strike it down!
The court did throw the Republicans a bone. It redefined the so-called individual mandate, the law which forces some people to buy health insurance, as a tax. Demonstrators were quick to seize on that and back calls for the legislation's complete repeal.
This is a tragic day for healthcare in this country. Millions of people will face higher costs. Millions of people will face bureaucrats standing between them and their doctors. And now it falls on the political branch. The court would not uphold its duty to stand up to this law. They took a cop-out of claiming that it's a tax.
The Republicans say they'll try and force a vote on the legislation early next month. Political analysts say their strategy now is to exploit the law's lack of appeal among voters.
The law has never been popular with the American people, never received majority support, and today's ruling is unlikely to change that. So they're going to seize on the fact that it's still unpopular. They are also going to hammer away at the president that his health care law, as the court said today, is actually a tax. So it reinforces the traditional Republican argument that Democrats are raising your taxes.
That is a debate for the campaign trail. Historians will look back on the court's ruling as further evidence that the judicial branch of government is predictable only in its unpredictability. Simon Marks, Channel NewsAsia, Washington.